4 really good reasons to take your Social Security at age 62. Now, if you've ever gone online or talked to your friends and family about this, the conventional wisdom out there is that you should wait and defer your benefit until you get the maximum amount. In fact, many people will even call you crazy for considering taking Social Security at age 62. But that's not always the best thing to do. And in today's video, we're going to look at the various instances that might make it make sense to take Social Security at age 62. I'm Kerry Green, financial advisor and co-founder of Green Era Financial, and I'm here to help you to get the most out of life with your money. Now, if you've ever gone online to run a Social Security analysis, or you've been to maybe one of those free dinner presentations by a financial advisor and they sit down with you and they do a Social Security benefit comparison with you, it's probably going to look something like this. And basically what they do is they plug in your benefit at age 62, at your full retirement age, and age 70, and you can see a comparison of when it makes sense to take Social Security from a purely financial level as far as getting the maximum benefit that you can. But the problem with this is it leaves out a lot of things that are important to consider as well. And so in today's video, we're going to look at the 4 main reasons why you may want to consider taking Social Security at age 62 and when that might make sense to you. So let's dive in. Reason number 1 to consider taking Social Security earlier is the obvious one, and it's if you don't have a long life expectancy. If you refer to the graph that I showed earlier, it's basically a comparison of, hey, if you take Social Security at age 62, here's how much you would get over time. If you wait till full retirement age, here's how much you get over time. And if you wait until age 70, here's how much you get over time. And you'll see that if you wait longer, you're going to get a larger monthly amount, but you just get it later on. And so there is a break-even point there. But part of the problem is that break-even point is usually around age 79, 80, or 81. So if you are someone who maybe has a rough health history or a rough family health history, or looking at your own life expectancy and your personal health, you don't think that you maybe have a very long life expectancy, this is one of the reasons why you might consider taking Social Security early. Now, there is one caveat to this, though. If you go on Google and you look up life expectancy in the US, you'll see that it's probably right around age 79. But the problem with this is that's based off of from birth, right? From birth, the life expectancy is age 79. If you're already 55, 60, or 62 and you're watching this video, then your life expectancy is actually a little bit different. It might be 20 plus years, right? So this is really where you have to take a look at your own health history, your family's health history, and give an accurate and really take a look at what your health is and what you think your longevity is. And if it's not very long, obviously none of us can be sure of that. We never know what might happen. I hope you live forever. But if we're being honest and we really take a look at it and you don't think that it's going to be maybe well past age 80 or something like that, this might be a good reason to take Social Security at age 62. The second reason to take Social Security at age 62 is to keep growing your portfolio. And here's what I mean by that. There's 2 scenarios here where this can make sense. Let's say you're still working and you're 62 and you want to take Social Security. Great. One of the options for that is you can take your Social Security benefit and add that into your portfolio, right? Allowing you to contribute even more than you're maybe already contributing and grow your portfolio even more. Or maybe you turn 62 and you're no longer working and your options are, okay, either I take money from my portfolio, I'm drawing down on my investment assets to fund my lifestyle in retirement, or I take an early Social Security, which would supplement my income in retirement, but allow me to take less from my portfolio, which can allow that portfolio to grow even more and sustain you even longer, or allow for, in your later years, the ability to take a little bit more from your portfolio or give more to your family when the inevitable happens. And this is one of the reasons that it's worth considering taking Social Security before your full retirement age or before age 70 and possibly at age 62. The third reason to consider taking Social Security at age 62 is that it can unlock some potential family benefits. For example, if you have children that are still living at home with their dependents, then you may be eligible for what's called the child's benefit. Now, this is a benefit that's only available to you up until a certain age. So if you wait or delay taking your Social Security benefit, you may have to forego this benefit. And it doesn't always make sense to collect Social Security early just for this child's benefit, but it is a factor that needs to be considered if that's appropriate for your situation. Additionally, if you have a spouse who maybe hasn't, contributed into the Social Security program, hasn't really had a paycheck, hasn't really been working, and they want to take their spousal benefit, which if they're eligible for can be significant, they can't take that until you start collecting Social Security yourself. So that's another reason where it may be advantageous to take Social Security at age 62, because then your spouse has the ability to then take their spousal benefit if that's going to be more than what they would receive from their own Social Security, if that's the situation for you. The fourth reason where it may make sense to take Social Security at age 62 is really simple. It's if you need it, right? If you are in a situation where if you don't take Social Security at age 62, it's going to really negatively impact your finances. Maybe you're going to have to go into credit card debt or take out loans in order to survive and make your way through the remainder of your years. Then that's a circumstance where, of course, it may make sense to take Social Security at age 62 when you first become eligible for it, rather than waiting, even though if you do wait, you'll get a larger monthly amount. And this is probably one of the most common reasons why people take their Social Security at age 62, because unfortunately, it's been very difficult for Americans to save enough wealth to be able to fund their own retirement. And so this is really the super obvious one. But if you need it at age 62 and not taking it is going to negatively impact your finances significantly, then that's really another reason to consider this. Now, one thing that I do want to note, if you've made it this far in the video, this is important to note too, that let's say you take Social Security at age 62 when you first become eligible for this. Under certain circumstances, you are able to suspend your benefit. So let's say you take Social Security for a year or maybe 2 years. In certain circumstances, you can then suspend taking your Social Security benefit for another few years, allowing your benefit to grow even more, which is really interesting planning point and a really great potential option if something changes in your finances and you don't need your Social Security benefit anymore. You can kind of delay it and allow it to grow a little bit more. Now, that doesn't go on forever. There's various rules, which I can get into if you're interested, but that's another option to consider. So if you're trying to come to the conclusion of whether or not you should take your Social Security at age 62, there's a number of things to consider. There's not just looking at, well, what's going to give me the most money possible? Because that is, to be totally honest, delaying and waiting until full retirement age or maybe a little bit after that. But you need to consider realistically your life expectancy, how this could impact your portfolio. Would taking it at age 62 help with your family benefits, such as your spousal benefit or potentially the child's benefit, and whether or not you really need it? And it really is that simple. Hope this helps. And if you have any questions at all, just drop them in the comments and I'll be sure to get back to you. And also, if you're interested in finding out how we help our clients at Green Era Financial to get the most out of life with their money, then visit us at greenerafinancial.com. See you next time.